Hello, 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 and welcome to Aproko Hour on Viva Niger Radio. My name is Rachel, and I will be your host for this evening. It is so good to see a Friday. Why is it that no matter how many days we have off, because we had a day off at the start of the week. 1st of May is Workers' Day, is the first day of the week, first day of May. It fell on a bank holiday Monday for those of you who live in the UK, fell on a public holiday for those of you who live in Nigeria. For those of you who live in America, I don't know what to tell you. You voted for Trump, so if you have to go to work, you have to go to work. I don't know what to tell you. But so with a day off, absolutely, the week flew. I'm not going to take that away from it. The 5 working days became 4 working days. Being self-employed, of course, every day is a school day in Viva Niger world. But really, it should have got, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see Friday. I'm actually more happy to see Friday than I am on normal Fridays, other than the fact, of course, that we have our Aproko Hour. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of what we do. Thank you for being here today again. This is Aproko Hour, and as soon as I'm joined in the studio by the other guests, I'll be sure to get things started. But in the meantime, let's do a little housekeeping. This weekend, at the Facebook office, there is a program being launched by, what are they called now? CC Hub, that's Co-Creation Hub, and they will be going into Diaspora Challenge, which is it's kind of like trying to get Nigerians in diaspora to take their talent back home, not necessarily to move back home, but certainly to take whatever talent they have and start something back home. So the term coined by the founder of CC Hub, of Co-Creation Hub, is called the reverse brain drain. So, I mean, just from that title, I'm sure you can understand what this is all about. It is literally about, now that we're out here, now that we're learning things, now that we're seeing how things can be done differently, how can we put that back into our home country? This is in smart technology, this is in education, this is in health, in specifically in energy as well. Just feels that we have so much brain power, but we seem to not be taking advantage of it at home. So this will happen tomorrow between sort of 12 till 2:30 p.m. And then we're going to talk about what we can do to get people back home, back to Africa, to take their talents and their skills and utilize it back home. So trying to just block the gaps left by emigration of so many African professionals to the Western world. So that's tomorrow. Also on Saturday, Ishekiri Cultural Jamboree. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Ajamokia, to all my Ishekiri people, this was unbelievable. So I was watching Nollywood TV, and then it just came up on TV. Like, oh my gosh, Ishekiri people are all gathering together. Obviously, if you can, you need to come in traditional garb and let people know that you're here and just upholding the culture. So there's going to be, I imagine, there's going to be statue and a wall. Otherwise, really, what are these people even gathering together to do? Unfortunately, I can't make it because Viva Niger is actually working in partnership with Diaspora Challenge. But to all my Shekiri brethren, to my brothers, my sisters, to all the people keeping the Shekiri flag flying, to all the people honoring the luuurved and remembering where their roots are, I congratulate you. All the information to do with that will also be on the Viva Niger website. That's www.viva-niger.com. Next week is going to be One Africa Music Fest. Lord God, they are going to actually close down London. I've never seen anything like it. Just think of any celebrity you can imagine. They're going to be there. There's going to be Olamide, there's going to be Fino, there's going to be P Square, there's going to be Awilo Logumba, there's going to be Tiwa Savage, Shay, Olamide gets a mention twice because I love him. Flavor Nabanya, Banky W, who we shall talk about later. is going to be the host. Files the Bad Guy is also going to be there. Techno is going to be there. Kiss Daniel, you name it, they're all going to be there. You can find information on the Viva Niger website. That's www.viva-niger.com, and also on the Viva Niger radio group. You can just click through, buy a ticket, and be there. If you're not there, I really don't know what you're doing with your lives, to be quite honest with you, because just every single musician you can think about is going to be there. That is next Saturday at the SSC Arena O2 in Wembley, Saturday the 13th. I believe it starts about 7 p.m. So, make sure you get your tickets and make sure you turn up. So, for today's show, if you'd like to join us on the show, these are the numbers you need to call. We've now made it so easy for you to be able to call any number in so where most of our fans are based, we have a number for different countries. If you are calling from the UK, you need to dial 0330 998 1261. If you're dialing from America, you need to dial +1 712 770-4032. If you're calling in from Nigeria, you need your 01-440-5024. In all three instances, absolutely, you're going to need an access code, and this code gets you into the studio. That code is 264812. That code, once again, is 264812. As soon as you punch those digits in, you're in the studio, and you're good to go. So without further ado, we are about to start Aproko Hour now that we've got housekeeping out the way, and I've told you how you can turn up this weekend and the weekend after. So yeah, let's get it started. There's just one other person in the studio right now, but we're gonna wait and make sure that we're joined by everybody else so that we can put the world to rights, basically. Starting from the beginning is Bimbo. Hey Bimbo, how you doing? Our gossip corner, our little gossip corner of the world. I'm really well. I was just saying to the I was just saying to the audience at home, how although I know I had a day off for this, well, I didn't because, self-employed, you work all the hours God sends. Although I know there was technically a day off at the start of this week. And really, the week did fly. Like, before I knew what was going on, it was like, oh my gosh, I have to prepare for Talking Drum. I swear I had to prepare for it a lot earlier this week than I normally would. And I have to prepare for Aproko Hour. I had to also prepare for that a lot earlier than I normally would. But, I have a headache. I'm tired. I'm ready for it to be Friday. I'm ready for us to do what we're doing. I'm ready. I just, I'm tired. More tired than I normally would if there wasn't a day off. Do you feel that way, or is it just, another day?
I do. In fact, I'm so looking forward to just using cold medicine and have some lemon and honey and, go to sleep at the time that, at a godly hour.
At a godly hour. I love that.
Yeah, so you might not find me up after 8 p.m. today. So
today,
let's see how Aproko Hour goes first. I might still be jonesing from the Aproko crack. So you never know.
So that's I was wondering about that earlier on today. Like, why do I feel more tired after a 4-day week than I do after a normal 5-day week? I mean, to be fair, I did work on Monday anyway, but I have this headache. Do you know what it is? I know what this headache is. I have serious dreads in my hair right now. Like, I did this dreads the last time I was in Nigeria, and I loved it. I was pouring my hair all over the place. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, are you sure you're Nigerian? You look Jamaican. And I was like, yeah, that's me. Now I'm trying to take them out. I'm like halfway through and the head is seriously pounded. So I'm sure it's the dreads it's the loosening the hair that's giving me the problem. So if anybody sees me around London with face cap, or you see me around London with some kind of funky, I'm trying to form there's like half loosened hair underneath it. That's what that's all about. We are joined by the HR director of the Bad Gang in charge of hiring and firing. Hey, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. What's doing you? Why so gentle?
I'm at work, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
Still on a leash.
Behavior. See how I told just different because she's at work.
Yeah, people have to see the good side of me. I can't be letting Stella out now.
I was like, no, I don't think I know this very. You sound like you're running for Senate or something. All very quiet and civilized.
That's good. So next time when you see my poster out there, make sure you come from London to Nigeria. So
I'll cuckoo vote. You're my girl. So far, you give me contracts once you enter Sha. That's it.
not. The deal is done already.
Already done. Okay, so let's kick it off because I want us to try and do something today for the first time in our lives. I would like us to actually finish at 8 on the dot, and let's see how that goes. So let's start straight away with Banky W. Oh my God!
You're the one that caused it. Because last week you were all just going, before we came on, you were going on and on about how he was your husband, boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. Adesua heard and she figured she better put that thing on lockdown.
I think that must have been what just happened. That witch just went to, you've heard her name, you've heard everything you need to hear now. She's your Edo sister. She has entered the Edo Airways, she has gone home, she has gone to mix something. Anyway, my God is bigger than her.
What is the hating on the poor girl now? That person saying you.
I find your behavior. I've told you, your behavior is becoming very unbecoming in this Bad Gang, and I'm going to deal with you in not too distant future because I've never seen somebody that one single sympathy like this. You don't have one single. Okay, so let me remove my bias and say. A lot of people were saying, oh my gosh, the chemistry on the wedding party. I watched the wedding party. I didn't see any smelling chemistry. I didn't, but I do feel that they are well suited. Now, what actually amazed me the most, I don't know if you guys saw this as well, or if you agree with me, or what your take is on this, the goodwill, Instagram shut down, Facebook shut down, all of Nigerians, we were related to these people. Everybody was happy for them. And people announced their engagement on every blessed day of the week. And I don't think it's because they're celebrities, because at the end of the day, Funke Akindele got married, nobody batted an eyelid. At the end of I can't remember the last time Banky W had a hits like that. So other than fine boy, I don't know the market he's selling. So really, why do you think it is that people? I mean, did you guys feel the buzz where you were? Did you feel like for like a day, 2 days you couldn't move? Everything was this engagement. Hi, is anyone there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hiya.
I'm here. Yes. Yeah. Do you know what? I didn't think about it, but to be honest, at a certain point. I get what you're saying now because at a certain point, after like second or third day, I was starting to think, okay, if I see one more Banky W picture or a Adesua picture, I'm going to hurl something. Not because I have anything against it. I actually think it's great for them. I don't know either one of them. I know looking at Banky W's music. I've seen her, in passing, but I've never really watched any
thing she's done.
She's been on.
Yeah.
But they seem to suit each other. So, my initial thoughts was congratulations, great for them. But after a certain point, it was kind of like, okay, the same story again. I mean,
it's almost like I think Nigerians were a little bit fed up of bad news. Everybody jumped on the bandwagon. Everybody had an opinion. Old, young, boy, girl, Christian, Muslim. Everybody was so pleased for them. Everybody. I wonder what it is about them. I'll tell you what I really liked. From the thing they both put out, it would seem. So first of all, there was no leak at all that they were dating. Yes, they did the wedding party together. Yes, they did the whatever. But People have been on Banky W's case forever. Like, go and marry. All your mates are married. Go and marry. Da 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 da. But no, no, he's never said this is the person I'm dating. More importantly, no woman has ever come out to say, oh, I'm dating Banky W, or I'm dating Banky W to the point that he dumps me, or Banky W is a good man, or Banky W is a bad man, or whatever. So I've always had a lot of props for him for his discretion in an industry that Nigerian celebrities, I mean, I know Yankee celebrities also do it, but specifically Nigerian celebrities live out their relationships or their marriages, the good, the bad, and the ugly on social media. Just last week, we were talking about Mercy Aigbe, and then she put up a picture of her bruised face, then she took it down. Then her husband too came with a retort and then took it down. And then she responded. And then they're doing subs and mini subs and Subway and McDonald's and only God knows what else they're cooking in their household and everything. Like, I was like, no one knew, or whoever else knew was sworn to secrecy. Whatever the case may be, we all heard at the same time. Other than that, then we find out that actually he proposed in February. So I'm like, if this is how they're running their marriage, if this is how they're doing what they're doing, this is going to be, it's going to last. They're going to go, if they deal with their ups and their downs together as a couple and not as a community project where we all have, I mean, we're all here and saw Toke and all of that. We were all here and saw Tiwa Savage and her shenanigans. We've all seen all these things. So this is what really impressed me. But I think more than being impressed, Nigerians were just caught up in a love story. And you know what we say about we say about Nigerians are savage. If you talk one thing on Twitter, they will answer. If you say A, you would have heard Z. They'll patch you up together for your mother, and you will regret the day you spoke to them. I think we do have a softer side. I think we do want to see people progress. Do you remember the story about the cancer lady? The lady who had cancer that what's the name of this actress with the chicken legs? She went.
What I'm talking about. The one that people were saying is this her sister went to go and say, yeah, I think something about the money. It's basically some actress asked that people should donate.
That's right. And I don't know why her name is escaping me right now. What is her name? Okay, anyway, yeah, so we do have a softer side. We want to be, there's a humane side to us, and we do want to air it, but Nigeria won't let us be great. I really think that's what it is. Nigeria will not let Nigerians be great. By the time you have to fend for your own water, fend for your own lights, fend for your own, get stuck in traffic, go and buy diesel, go and buy. I mean, what do you think? Because the love story, their story was great, and that's fantastic, and that's up to them, and I wish them all the very best. I actually do think they're going to go far, just based on the little discretion I've seen, and based on the fact that he did not bow to pressure. He chose the girl he wanted to when he was ready, and they had been friends for a very long time. But I'm talking about the effects the engagement and the announcement of the engagement had on Nigerians. What do you make of that? How caught up we were in all of it?
Do you know what? Let's see. So I think people were very excited, and I think it's partly because, one, it came as a shocker to them.
Mm-hmm.
Two, they've been sort of, people have been screaming for this guy to go and get married, go and blah blah blah, go and do this, go and do that. And it's kind of like, finally he did, and he didn't do it by sort of just messing about several different women, and then impregnating 5 and then marrying 1 and something like that. So there hasn't been any scandal attached to it. So when he finally did say, okay, this is my woman, my whatever, I saw her, I just can't call. People were just sort of thinking, okay, so the guy, it take I go market, he took his time,
Yes.
rush,
Yeah.
he didn't play the field in the meantime, and even if he did, it wasn't anything so that women are just vexing anyhow. So I think people were just genuinely happy for him.
You know how I feel? Now that I think about it, I now know the name of how I feel. I feel like, what's his name? William and Kate's marriage. The way the British took it. That's how it feels like to me. Everybody's genuinely happy. And I'm like, this is how Nigerians could be if stuff worked in Nigeria, because I can't remember the last time we were all united in that sort of happiness, like, hey, yeah. Certainly, I mean, of course, the person where they sell tomato for markets, not just send Banky and his fiancé and everything, but certainly the Nigerians of the digital age who, by the way, we all know ourselves now. We know we can never say anything good in anything. We're always beefing one thing or the other. I just found it so heartwarming that now I know that the problem a lot of Nigerians have is Nigeria. When nothing works for you, you are just savage at everything and mad at the whole world, basically. But this engagement showed me a part of Nigerians that I really enjoyed seeing. I really loved it. I was like, okay, fantastic. This is just what we need. Hi, Rachel. Are you back? Oh, no, she's not. She had to quickly leave us to go and do something. So it's just you and me, Bimbo. So I want to move on to the next thing. And I was hoping the married folk will be able to join us and we could talk about it. But they're not here. So let's talk about something that is less problematic. Let's talk about Osinbajo. So, in case you haven't heard, that's you, Bimbo, because I know, your take on Nigeria, this thing is tenuous at best. Lai Mohammed, who is just a pant, basically, was asked which was the best jollof rice. This jollof matter that Nigerians and Ghanaians have been contesting between themselves, that once in a while, other countries will try to get a look in and we'll be like, see. Nobody's even talking to you people. We don't know what you people cook in your side of town. Exactly, and then it goes back to the two main contenders. We have no doubt whatsoever that it's ours. Ghanaians have no doubt whatsoever that their basmati, that they're busy cooking, is what is jollof rice. That's up to them. If you could come a little bit closer to the mic, Bimbo, I can barely hear you. It's like you're on a hands-free or you're on some sort of...
Hello, is that better?
Oh, that is 100% perfect. If you could do that for the rest of the show, that would be amazing.
Can you hear me? I'm back.
Hi, Rachel. Yeah.
I have arrived.
So certain things happen. So we finished with Banky W. I've sent him off. I'm not going to go to my village. I'm not going to send anybody after him.
Sorry. You know, let me say something. You know what I noticed? It didn't pain me for you, Rachel. Nobody has sympathy for you. Nobody has sympathy for you.
First of all, I keep you people around because you're part of this radio channel, and I feel like my feelings, the radio station is greater than my feelings. But left to me, y'all are dead to me. The only person that I'm looking at it that I can just manage is Nkiruka, because Nkiruka, she stood by me. She was a loyal friend. She was there for me. She helped me dab my eyes. You see, your own is even small. You were like, oh, see, not like I have anything against Kugazo, but don't you senior this uncle a little bit? You see that one they call Bimbo Atarodo, just one small but peppery behavior that she has going on. Just a teeny tiny, I'm not talking to her. The only thing we have in common, she knows, ask her, she has been calling me, I've not picked her call. The only thing we have in common is radio show. Other than radio, nada. If I talk to Bimbo again, call me anything you like. Wabi,
Anything you like.
Wednesdays 8 to 10, Fridays 7 to 8. Other than that, answer your father's name. Do I look like Miss Onimole? Don't call me, don't say nothing to me, don't, just leave me alone. I want this matter to end because I feel like I should let Jesus use me and I should congratulate them. But, you know, I'm not happy. I wanted to talk about Osinbajo. Osinbajo, so let's call the names of noisemakers. Number one, Mohammed is just an idiot. He gave Senegal, who were not even inside the competition, who were not in the race, carried jollof and said, they are the winners. He left that one. The Dino Melaye, we know that one is just an everlasting bastard. There's nothing really we can say. Sha did his own. On the other hand, so there's stuff that has been rocking Nigerian news in a very negative PR way. And then Osinbajo came out and, you know, in just 1.5 hours, he put the world to rights. So for the ladies on the phone, you're not going to be able to hear this, but I'm just going to play this. It is just 1.5 minutes, but it's... have you heard this before, by the way, Rachel? When Osinbajo took to the stage?
I think I have.
Okay, I'm not sure that Bimbo would have heard it, so I'm just going to play this and then we're gonna go back and talk about this. It's just for a minute, 90 seconds, so you can both mute yourselves if you want to, and don't go too far though. That's it.
And of course, nobody is as funny as Nigerians, as Nigerian comedians, whether professional or amateurs. We even have a member of the National Assembly who recently launched a CD. Who hasn't heard of Ajekui Yanyoje? And we are the most innovative entrepreneurs. We certainly are. The other day, someone showed me a text. A young man had sent a text to him to invite him to a book launch. The title of the book he had written, 7 Steps to Becoming a Professional Whistleblower. And of course, and by the way, we all know that Nigerian jollof rice is the best. Anyway.
So that was the for those of you who were listening at home, that was the recording, the first 90 seconds of a speech that Osinbajo did, and he, in a very comedic way, in a humorous way, he took on jollof rice, he took on Ajekun Yanyoje, he took on whistleblowing, and it was straight from Obama's textbooks. If any of you have ever listened to Obama's speeches, he always warms up the room. You know, he always talks on trending issues, pops a couple jokes, pops a couple, you know, and then before he gets to the nitty gritty. Again, his personal style is actually wit or whatever, but I can't even tell you how much this endeared Osinbajo, not just to me, but I believe to the whole nation at large. So I would like to ask the ladies in the house. Rachel says she's heard it. Bimbo, you haven't heard it, but you can hear it after, you know, if you do listen to the playback of this. What do you think of that? What do you think of what he did? And what do you think of him as a leader? We've never had this. Nigeria's never had a leader who laughs and jokes with her people. We hear, so the budget for next year, blah, 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 boring bullshit. What do you think of a leader who communicates, who speaks, who sounds like he has his finger on the pulse of what is going on in the nation? Let me speak to Rachel because you've obviously actually heard this before.
Yeah, I think it is great because it is what the people want, and I'm not giving my personal opinion here. I think that's what a lot of majority of Nigerians want, and it is actually very amazing that he's able to do that. I think that first 90 seconds was totally hilarious because in 90 seconds he was able to put to bed a lot of the stupid stuff that has been blowing up the internet from our jollof rice wars, and I'm going to play devil's advocate for Mohammed. He misheard the question and he goofed. I assume he was thinking who owns jollof rice? Who created it? It's the Senegalese. The man was not have known about Nigeria versus Ghana wars otherwise. He would have just
but you're the minister for information. Information. You're not meant to give us lights. You're not meant to give us NEPA. You're not meant to give us water. You're not meant to drill borehole. You are not. All you're meant to do is keep your finger on
the pulse. Be aware. And the man, he just there was this big hole and he just stepped right into it.
Never seen.
So he's very fortunate.
Even Senegal, even Senegalese must have been in their house and be like, sure, what's it concern?
We're not in this conversation.
Because we don't even. Do you know there's been a couple of times on Twitter when someone from Senegal has tried to say, just in case Nigeria and Ghana don't know, so it's our food. We said that, sit down. That's not the question. We didn't have to wait each time. In fact, there was one that I saw that somebody said to the person, another young Senegalese jumped up out of nowhere. Maybe that one was looking for mentions in his Twitter line or something, and said, "Oh, all these things the Nigerians are talking about, they went to do etymology. The jollof is from the Wolof people of Senegal." Blah, 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 blah. One person just answered him like, we're not Nigerians with one voice, not going to respond to you because you not be our mates. We're going to send Ghana to deal with Ghana. When you are finished answering them, come back and let's continue where we left. Because how can Senegal get our names out your mouth? Don't ever talk about Nigerian jollof. Like, there's levels to this ish, and you are not.
No, they are not even. Maybe God bless your forefathers' brains for a moment and gave them an idea. You see, we took that idea and we ran with it.
That's what we do. Do you remember that Makossa dance? Makossa is not our dance. It's Cameroon or something. When that Makossa thing was at the height, they did a West African Makossa championship competition, something. Rachel, Nigerian took first, Nigerian took second, Nigerian took third, Nigerian took fourth. Before a Cameroon, I'm not lying, this thing happened. Not be say go, come. Nigerian took first, second, third, fourth of a dance that is not our dance. So don't come and tell us about grinding tatache, mixing it with small onion, taking that long wooden spoon, owning firewood for backyard. Now, Tony, come on now. We're not mates. I mean,
I'm not eating some kind of jollof rice. That kind of jollof rice that will call you from wherever you are.
I'm telling you, you'll be sleeping in your bed. Like, when you go to a party and then you take small takeaway, you have like you be in your bed, you say, "Che!" and I get one jollof for free, Joe.
One jollof in there, exactly. And God help anybody in the house that goes to go and eat that thing.
Oh, no. It's not matter of God help. What you do is you leave. Oh, I've done that before. That you said, oh, no, it's not possible. Nobody will touch it. Now I leave warnings. I'm like, see, I'm not even. This is not
a joke.
I've played
We're not family. I don't love you that much. I play with
everything.
Don't be messing with my food.
Don't touch this. Don't even touch this. So anyway, we are digressing. So you were saying you think so this is not a personal opinion. Okay.
This is just from me reading the populace. I think it was an amazing thing he did, and it was something that was needed, really sorely needed by the Nigerian people.
Yes.
Personally, I don't really care for presidents and governors being the mushy, down-to-earth people. Just do your job and get the heck out is what I feel.
I agree with you on do your job.
I watched the video, by the way.
Oh, you did?
I watched the video, by the way. Yeah,
oh my God.
I did. I watched it earlier in the week. I'm not as clueless as you think I am. I'm not clueless as I think I am.
I don't cause
It was the first time I've ever actually seen him. I've never seen him before. I've never heard him
really?
speak. Yeah. So it was the first time. So then I was thinking, wait, we have this man. We have him. We have him, and there is Jonathan, and there is all those people that are talking.
Jonathan is far. The octogenarian that is there now.
We barely have a president. I'm thinking, okay, so this is him. Okay, so you mean we can actually possibly have a president that will be proud of to say, yes, that's our president. Thank you very much, G8, G20, G72.
Anywhere they call us, we can bring him out.
Exactly. We'll bring him out. We'll say, yes, we came, we saw, we conquered.
And now we're going back to our hotel room to eat jollof. Come and be good.
Exactly, yes. And it's not the Jamie Oliver made jollof. It's the proper Yashewa made jollof. The one where they do that kind of one. I was very impressed. I love the fact that he joked about, and he touched on key points that week. You'd be like, man, this guy knew what's happening. He knew what's down.
This is not a script. He's
been on Twitter. He's been on Insta. He's been on everything. So he was, and then he said it so eloquently. So by the time he started talking about it, whatever he was saying after that, I just kept on listening.
And that is what I feel like. So on the one hand, I agree with Rachel, where I feel like I don't need buttering up. I really would rather you come at me with, since we started, this is what we've done. Since we started, this is what we've done. Since we started. But first of all, I don't even know what this gathering was about. I don't know if it was like a presidential briefing or whatever the case may be. This is the only part of the clip that I've actually seen. But on the other hand, I also feel like this. No matter what you do, there will be naysayers, there will be members of the opposition in the crowd and everything. So for those who support you, it is good to give them something to shout about, which is all that Obama did. He killed plus the supporters plus the naysayers with charm. For those who say, you're going to do the hard hitting, we're still going to talk about the budget and we're still going to talk about whatever it is we came here to talk about, but let's break the ice first and let's do all of that. So if that is all he did, I'm happy that he did that, and I'm really pleased that there's a bit of a change. There's a change in the trend. If with every election we can get someone a bit younger than people with one foot in the grave, then we might just be onto something. So that being said, which takes me to the next topic, which is Buhari's health. Can someone explain this to me, please? And unfortunately, we only have the ladies in the house. I'm wondering what happened to Dolapo and any of the other guys that normally join us. But the president is not well. There's no getting away from the fact that the president is not well. He has cancelled meeting and appointments after appointment after appointment after appointment. But then his wife went on Twitter to say the ill health of the president has been completely exaggerated. He is actually not that ill. He's very well. For those of you supporting or praying for this thing, thank you so much for your well wishes. He's going to be fighting fit and back. He still governs the country every day. And I'm like, first of all, your husband didn't govern even when he was eating his 5 a day. But the rumor is that he can't eat and he can't drink. So he's obviously being fed by tube or by drip or what have you. I'm wondering, why do you think there's so much silence about this? Why is there so much silence about his health? Why is there so much silence about his... Why is there so much mystery? Are we going to have a Yaradua issue on our hand where he'll be dead before we actually know what's going on, before somebody actually tells us something?
Well, probably. This is what politicians do. So, again, me personally, I don't really care. We're in a much better place than Adesua because we have a vice president who's really got brain cells and is working. We also have a president who, to some extent, has some brain cells. So, like when he was going to London to treat his ear infection, blah, 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 he handed over power properly. So, again, personally, I don't care because when it comes to politicians and people in the public eye, when they tell you one thing, you've got to add 20 more steps on top of that. So probably the man is at his deathbed. We'll find out 6 months after he dies that he's dead. But we've got Osinbajo, so I'm fine. We've got a vice president who's got brain cells. If we had like a Jonathan, then I'll be scared.
You'd be scared stiff, yes. So also, do you think they will let Osinbajo do the 2 years or however many years is left? I think he played a master stroke. I think he completely played it off. Thank Christ. We have gentlemen in the house. Hopefully there's some people here who actually know about politics.
Before I start to dance, who is it? Before I start to
dance. No. You can dance. You can dance. Hi, the voice.
Okay, I can dance.
Your other troublemakers.
I have to make sure it wasn't the troublemakers. I don't want troublemakers.
Your other troublemakers are actually here.
People always hating. Whoa, okay.
Excuse me. Who is the troublemaker you are?
Ataka.
Yeah, you are number one. You look for my trouble on Wednesday. You are number one. You look good on Wednesday. You came to look for trouble.
Rachel, do you know something? You know the proverb that they say, when fowl first reach one place, you go first use one leg, pesh. Can't look before you put. I've never seen a Taiwo like this Taiwo. He came in, he was like, we all love Taiwo. Well, we not all team Taiwo. Taiwo says, this gentleman is out of order, you know. So,
he was just working.
He was just seriously working. So let's talk to Dolapo. We talked about Osinbajo. You just missed our thing about Osinbajo, and I'm going to round this up real quick because I want us to use the last 15 minutes to actually talk about the topic that interests me the most. We talked about Osinbajo, the little warm-up skit that he did where he talked about whistleblowing, he talked about jollof rice, he also talked about Ajekunya Nyoje. Then we've segued into Buhari's health. So Rachel was saying just before you came on that she's not worried because if there's anything wrong with Buhari, even if it is worse than what we are being told, at least we know we have a vice president who has sense, basically.
Well, I get that now. The thing is, I think Buhari was spotted today going to the mosque.
Yes, I saw that too.
So the man is not laid out somewhere in coma to start with.
Okay, but look at this. He's a very, very strict Muslim. He's a lot of things, but he's a strict Muslim. So he has cancelled every other work-related whatever, but he went to the mosque, which means he's not feeling well. And I've done that. There are certain things, if I'm not feeling well, there's certain things that I can't do away with. So the things that he didn't cancel, he did from his house, from Asorok. So the pictures don't lie. He's very gaunt. He's very all withdrawn and somebody who not get body before.
For some people, religion is something that they don't mess around with. So for all they care, so long as they're able to just mumble and move their lips a little bit, and if they can get to their place of worship or somebody can get them there, they will still go. It's different from going to work. I mean, it wouldn't be a good look if he was totally incapacitated and he can't walk and anything, and he was brought into the executive council meeting or whatever. Now, what we have to understand is this. There have been, and we like to, when it's something good, we like to point to U.S. and say, look at the U.S., this is how it's done. Well, there's presidents in the U.S. I mean, a number of the presidents have actually been on medical leaves for months.
I saw that post. I saw a post on the presidents that had strokes and no one even knew, or they just used to prop them up and stuff like that. I saw like a whole list of. They talked about Nixon. They talked about the ones who use wheelchairs in private, JFK.
Right.
There was a whole list of presidents. So I mean, I'm not particularly worried about our whether they're telling us or they're not telling us. Maybe he can walk on his own two legs, but Buhari is not feeling
those
too
people
well.
that are basically calling for him to resign are those that even if the man was looking like mighty eagle, will probably still call for him to resign regardless.
Yeah.
You know, the issue here is that government is not about one person. Government is about institutions. And what he's doing, and as far as I'm concerned, is trying to set institutions on solid foundations so that government will actually be a continuum, not where the government comes in today, gives this contract, and then the next one comes in 4 years and cancel that contract and give it to their friend. That's what we've been seeing in Nigeria. It's never a continuum. And that's what it is. So if he's not there to actually do this, he has a vice president that is capable of doing the job.
Which Rachel pointed out that, the last time he went for ear infection or whatever it was that was wrong with him and ended up being a 90-day hiatus, he handed over properly. He handed over the cited one clause, one distinct from the Constitution, did the handover that it was completely foolproof, nobody could come But do you think if anything were to happen to him, do you think the kingmakers would let Osinbajo see out the tenure?
Well, the Constitution already spells that out. Regardless, they don't have a choice. I'm sorry. If we want to be so tribalistic about it, well, Hausa will just... I'm sorry. That's the only way to take over.
Which is what I think. He did a master stroke by bringing in Osinbajo as his VP. He did that one well.
Yeah, he did that well, and I don't think Osinbajo being a good administrator is probably one of the reasons. The point is there's no way an Hausa man will win without having a Southerner on the card. So that is definitely what it is. So maybe next time when the North want to present a candidate, they should find a much younger and healthier one.
That can actually do what they want him to do for 8 years or however many years they want. Okay, that makes sense. Does anyone have something to add to that? I think someone was about to say something.
Yeah, I was only going to say
Go ahead, Rachel.
Oh, I was going to say the only way that Dolapo said that the Constitution is in place, whether he drops dead today and hopefully he does not, if no one can stop Osinbajo, the only way to stop him is to take us back to military rule.
Yes.
Really, there'll be a military coup.
There'll be a coup.
That would be disastrous.
Yeah, unless there was a coup. You're absolutely right. Oh, yeah, me, I want to do Gbebon. They call it Aproko Hour, please, not News Hour. So you know how Facebook, sometimes when we look at it that we don't have anything else to talk about, they'll just randomly pick a topic. It will come from nowhere and they'll just pick a topic and start talking about it. This week's special is marriage and achievement. Oh, Facebook lost its God-given mind. There were some people that said, of course it's an achievement. How will you say it's not an achievement? There's some people that said, no, it's not an achievement. How can it be an achievement? Do you work for it? Is there a degree at the end of the day? What do you get? It's just married people who are looking for what to use in feeling smug or feeling fantastic with themselves that will say it's an achievement. So I really want to go around the room and find out what you guys have to say about it. Let me start with Bimbo.
I knew you were going to start with me. I know it. Okay, so is it an achievement? Okay, so this is a two-pronged answer.
Okay.
No, it's not an achievement. Getting married is not. I don't. You haven't see that you necessarily need to give yourself a pat on the back for that. Anybody can get married.
Okay.
Making marriage work.
Yes.
On the other hand, successfully, by the way. On the other hand, that, I think, is an achievement. I think when you are able to work with your partner to weather all the shit storm that gets thrown your way and you're able to still do it with dignity, and if you have children, you raise them well, I think that's an achievement. I think that requires a certain level of dedication, maturity, pride in yourself, pride in your partner. I think it's an achievement. So, if you say, "Oh, I got married," that's an achievement. Yeah, well, looks, your wedding could be done, your marriage could be done in 72 hours. Basically, you could pull a Britney Spears, and it's all done afterwards. But I still think that those that make it work, not necessarily stay there by force, so that can still be married, but you're roommates or your housemates, but technically you're not in a marriage. I'm not talking about those ones, because there are those ones that
we have those ones too.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about a marriage that works. Not perfect, not dreams, not meals and boons marriage, proper marriage. I think that's an achievement.
The ones that stand the length of time. Taiwo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, next on the queue.
Yeah.
Is marriage an achievement?
I sort of agree with what Bimbo said. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, I think what they meant, making it work, the latter one that Bimbo mentioned, getting married, anyone can get married, which is like, if you want to get married tomorrow, you can just go and get married tomorrow if you want. But getting married and staying married happily, going through the bad times, the worst times, ups and downs, that's when they say, how long have you been married? If you married 10 years, people say, oh my God, 10 years, that's wonderful. That is an achievement. That's kind of getting married, the type of thing. So I do agree with Bimbo.
Okay, splendid. Dolapo, what's your take on it?
Well, I mean, I guess Bimbo basically laid it out correctly. It is an achievement if you're able to make it work. We have to understand, first of all, what a perfect marriage is. Perfect marriage is a union between two imperfect people. So making it work is basically what you can probably say is an achievement. Yes, why not?
Yeah, 100%. Rachel, talk your own.
Wow, initially I had to, this was homework. I had to do homework because I had no opinions about this whatsoever. I didn't realize it was a conversation. So after my long homework, is marriage an achievement? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
If I have to pick a side, I would say walking at it, just like Bimbo said. But then I was also, after reading too many updates on this crazy topic, I have come to a middle ground. Apparently, we do not get to tell people what an achievement is. So for those who think being married is an achievement,
boom. Yes. This is an important point.
But I will stay on this side. We are good today on this side of saying watching at it, because that's what the definition of an achievement is. Something that you do successfully. So just signing on the dotted line is not an achievement. Anybody could do that.
So hold on. I have a question.
Let me counter on that a little bit, even though I know I remember everything I said. But then when you look at an achievement basically to me also sounds like more like you've accomplished something. Now, if you go back and look at it, the question you ask yourself is, do you actually fully accomplish anything in marriage? Because with marriage, you never graduate. You're continuously in class.
So I have a question. Does that mean, so say, for example, I was successfully married, if you want to call it. I was achievementally married for 15 years, and then we divorced. Does that mean I failed? Am I a failure at marriage? Does that mean I can't count that as an achievement? Can I not say I had a fantastic marriage, we raised 3 amazing kids, we're just not married anymore? Or does it only count if you actually run the entire race to the end?
Basically, that means that means basically that your definition of marriage has a time limit on it. Basically, so we're basically saying, okay, if you've only done 20 years and above, then that's an achievement. I don't think so. because I mean you could have things in common that make you all gel together for the first 15, 20 years, and then after that you all start drifting apart. A very good example of what can cause that could be like the kids are grown and out of the house, and suddenly you don't have that common thing in those things in common anymore, and you know the marriage breaks apart after that. So could that be an achievement? In my book, I would say no, because you neglected the things that you were supposed to pay attention to all through the 20 years.
Yeah. So what we have one of our listeners agreeing with Dolapo saying failed, simple. Taiwo, you were about to say something?
I disagree.
Yeah, I was going to say something with that.
The other listener is saying a successful marriage is till death do both of you part. Come in, Taiwo, and we literally have 4 minutes. Keep it shookish.
Okay. Basically, what I was going to say is that achievement could be relative sometimes. Okay, if you come from an environment where maybe an average married life is 5 years, just relatively speaking, it's 5 years, and you've been married 10 years and you divorced, you say, oh wow, you beat the average. You've been married.
But that doesn't matter. So say for example, everybody in your family, nobody in your family has ever gone to university. No one's ever gone to university before. They're all high school dropouts, and then you make it to year 2 and then you drop out. Will you say that's an achievement? I guess. Yeah.
That will be an achievement, because like you're the person that's done it. You've gone that stage. To you, it's personal. You've done that. Not many people from where you are have done that. So you've achieved something. But then again, the next door neighbor, they might have a master's, might be the minimum degree they've got. You've got doctors, you've got professors. They're thinking like, oh.
So you with your BSc, you ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so
I understand.
It's kind of relative, depending on how you want to look at it. In this country, they say, oh, if you're married for 5 years, it's an achievement.
You've even tried.
In Nigeria, exactly, it's an achievement. It's like, oh, I try. But in Nigeria, we are all the notion that way till any consultancy pay till marriage.
English. Not everyone.
you're saying that till death do us part. That's the concept of marriage that we know. So it's relative depending on how you look at it.
All right, Bimbo, you were going to say something real quick, and then we're going to round up.
Sorry, I think it's an achievement. No, I haven't gone. No, I think it's an achievement. Like what Taiwo was saying, because you achieve something doesn't mean that because you then change down the line doesn't mean that you haven't made an achievement.
Yeah.
So if you became a professor now and you've been teaching, you taught for 20 years and everything, and then you decided that actually you want to be a writer, so you move on to something else. Does that mean you haven't achieved the status of a professor? Does that mean you had that whole period of your existence is no longer an achievement? It is. It might not be the greatest achievement in comparison to someone else, but it is still an achievement.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Rachel, do you agree with that, or do you want to chip anything in before we round it off?
No, that sums it up. That I agree.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think I agree with Rachel when she says I think it's personal. Personally, I think even if I were married for 50 years and someone says, oh, what were you... Yeah, I guess if someone said, what are your achievements? I would probably be thinking in lines of career and lines of... Well, if someone says, what are you most proud of? I would be saying, I'm proud of a happy marriage. I'm proud of these kids that I made. I'm proud of these... So, yeah, I guess in a way it is an achievement. If you want to call the names of the things that you're proud of the things that you achieved. Ladies and gentlemen, the hour has flown by yet again, as it always does on the Aproko Hour. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. Thank you so much for joining us. To the panel, I say a big thank you. Thank you for joining us and for putting the world to rights as usual. Everyone go around the room and say your good night, starting from Taiwo Nirington. Taiwo Nijogbon. I'm changing your name. Taiwo Nijogbon.
Good night. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. I love you, love.
Thank you. Thank you. Rachel, I say good night.
All right, good night, people. Don't do what I wouldn't do. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Okay, who's talking? Is that Rachel or Stella?
This is Rachel. It's
okay.
Rachel.
If you say what you would do, if Rachel says what Rachel wouldn't do, that's still okay. If Stella says what you, everybody can run riot. Abimbaya, oh yeah.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The voice.
Good night, everyone. Sorry for being late. I'm still at work here, that's why. Stay safe and try and treat people the same way you want to be treated. That's just the best motto you can go. That's all. Bye.
This is why we leave him till the end. Thank you all for joining us. And as the voice rightly said, treat people the way you want to be treated. And then, just makes the world a little bit happier, makes the world go around that much better, that much smoother. Join us again next week for another episode of Aproko Hour. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Have loads of fun. Be nice to yourselves and to each other. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.